We are at CES 2026 Pepcom, the Pepcom Digital Experience.
Yep.
I've been there many times before. You've been there a few times before. This is your first,
This
right?
is my first, and I've already done a third of the room.
And I know everybody knows this already, but Tim...
I'm Tim Albright.
You are Tim Albright.
I am.
Justin Dawson, All Things Techie Podcast.
And David Danto, your curmudgeonly host at my, I think, 30th CES. But anyway, rather than give you boring hit-and-run interviews with all the people over here, we want to kind of talk about some of the technology we've seen and some of the experiences that we've seen. This was the second and last media day for CES, and tomorrow the show floor opens and it becomes a different kind of vibe.
Rock and roll.
But from here, we have about 100 exhibitors, and everybody's on their own little booth.
Yep.
A lot of AI. One of the things that I wanted to do as a joke was talk about AI drinking game. People would be dead by the first day. It's everybody's announcing it, and
there's a robot bartender over there.
There is a robot bartender over there. There are like 4 robot vacuum cleaners, and I have pictures I'll show everybody while we're talking of a drone flying in the room.
Yeah.
So
quiet one too at that.
Yeah.
But it is noisy in here.
But there were some other things that I thought was really interesting. We just had a great presentation from a company called Strada, STRADA.tech, which is talking about allowing you to use your own home drives for shareable cloud-type storage, but it doesn't have to be in the cloud, which I think is really interesting. I was impressed with it. I think we can use it.
I was eventually impressed once they started getting into the editing process.
Yes.
Right? When you can drop that into an editor, a non-linear editor, that's the one that got me. I mean, nothing against Strada, but they're like, okay, you can share files back and forth. That's lovely. That's great. We've got that, right? We've got some technology that does that already. It's the ability to take that remotely accessible file and put that into a nonlinear editor. Now we're talking.
Yeah. It seems interesting, so we're going to play with it over the next couple of months and let you guys know if it's something that we think is worthwhile, but it looks really interesting. Another thing that I saw that I hadn't seen before, I saw a lot of things that I saw before, including there are tons and tons of earbuds in this room.
Oh, yeah.
Some doing translation, some doing AI, some doing recording. One company sent me their press release. They didn't even show a picture of the earbud. They showed a picture of the case. It's all about how pretty the case is. So we're getting into real weird...
And the technology in the case as well.
Well, that I would have bought into. This was the style of the case.
Oh, okay.
But one thing I saw which was really interesting, and I don't remember the name of the company, they had a pair of high-quality music listening headphones, and then you put them down in your hand and you kind of screw them like this, and they screw together, and they become a wireless speaker.
Oh, I like that.
Which is, they're all the way down over there. Well, I'll have to get some B-roll.
I haven't even done that side of the room yet.
And look at it. So that's what I come to these shows for something that I never even thought of as a concept. I have bought smoke detectors my entire life for decades, and I saw a smoke detector yesterday that I could actually put into my family's house and monitor video, monitor CO2 levels, monitor natural gas, know what the temperature is. Yeah. Now it's not just an emergency sensor. Now it's a monitor that I can feel comfortable that everybody's okay at home.
And you don't have to go to a third party to view it.
Or an elderly relative. I want to keep an eye on a mom or a dad or something like that, or a crib, baby's room. So I love the idea because these are things we never thought of before that are actually kind of easy to do.
Well, and speaking of security, there's a company called Timely. They have, it is a personal security device that it looks like a flashlight because the base of it is a flashlight.
Right.
But it is a recording device that will record video, HD video. It's an emergency notification system that will connect you directly to a dispatcher. If you're feeling unsafe, right? If you're feeling threatened, you push this button, you're actually talking to a human being on the other end.
That's
right?
Cool.
It's not connecting you to 911, it's connecting you to a dispatcher, right? So that really to me was again, personal security. That's what this show, what Pepcom to me, and CES in general, there's parts of it that's what they're looking at is whether it's a smoke detector that does multiple things or personal security devices as well.
And while we're on the topic of smoke detectors and alarms, there's one there that's doing it for pets. I don't know, did you see that? It's a little pet footprint. It's a light instead of sound to alert the fire team that there's a pet in the house and the blinkers are going off and you put that down low.
Something I've never heard of. There's a company back there called, not so much for security, but the idea of combining things that haven't been together before, a company called Olight that makes the most expensive flashlight I've ever seen because it can do focus beam, narrow beam, laser. You know, it's amazing what they're doing with this stuff right now. And it can stay on a constant charge on a magnetic base. So you think of like airplanes that used to have these big bulky things now. So that's what I come to these things for, not to see, you know, what Samsung is doing or what
we didn't know
Sony
what
is doing. We did, yeah.
We did.
I will show that. But I tend to like this very big thing that's happening at the Sphere tomorrow that Lenovo is doing. And I think it's going to be exciting and wonderful and certainly interesting for people who haven't been to the Sphere. But you know what? I can read about it in every major publication tomorrow. I'm going to skip that and do another one of the shows like this because I'd like to find these smaller companies.
Yep, I agree. Like it's a great way to see what's out there. Like when we go to other audiovisual shows, we're looking at going to see the small booth on the side wall, and in here it's like there's so many different startups. There's ones that have been in establishment and come out with a new product, or some that's really thought outside the box. It's a really great show.
Yeah. And if you're wondering why we're leaning here, it's because we're all exhausted.
Yes.
And there are no chairs.
24,000 steps so far today.
I use a watch called the Amazfit BIP 6, and the company that makes it, Amazfit, was here, and I had a conversation about them about how they have to change their software. So that's another worthwhile. You know, you run into people
because someone's taking a load of.
That is the thing. Is shows like this give you the opportunity to have longer conversations, deeper conversations with these companies. Because starting tomorrow, which is when the show starts, you're not going to get that.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much. This is part of our coverage. There's going to be more coverage later. I guess that's the close, right?
Yeah, that's the close.
That will do the close.